Hi everyone, it's Smitha. Today I'm going to be transforming into one of the stunning Deepika Padukone's Cannes look. There were so many stunning looks, but I'm talking about this one, the smoky, glowy, bronzy, sultry look. The key to getting that beautiful glow is to start with a dewy moisturizer. I'm going to be using the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. This is a rich moisturizing cream with plumping hydration and antioxidant-packed Japanese purple rice for that dewy, healthy glow. Whether you have oily skin, dry skin, combination skin, always start with a moisturizer. Next, I'm going to be using the Tatcha Silk Canvas, which is a primer. This is going to help fill in all those pores and fine lines and smooth out my skin before I apply anything else over it. This is great on all skin types again, and it is dermatologist tested. This is especially great if you have sensitive skin like me. It has no parabens or synthetic fragrances, and it's also cruelty-free. I especially focus this in areas where I have those fine lines and pores to fill them in, so it smooths everything out before I apply my foundation. Let's do a little bit of color correction, and for that I'm going to be using the EXA High Fidelity Color Corrector in the shade Peach. When you apply a peach or orange corrector over your dark circles and patches, it's going to combine or mix with the blue undertones of your uneven skin tone and neutralize it to bring it down to your skin tone. Once you've neutralized it, you can apply your foundation, concealer, whatever you want over it like you normally do, and the outcome is not going to look ashy. I was talking to a friend who does a lot of celebrity makeup, and he was telling me the secret to achieving that beautiful glowy skin, especially on sets, is to mix a foundation with a glow tint. So I'm going to be mixing the Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation with the Glowish by Huda Beauty. The HD Skin is in the shade 2R24 and the Glowish is in the shade 6, which is medium tan. I'm going to mix it on a foundation plate. If you are a makeup artist, this plate is a must, especially if you mix a lot of foundations and lipsticks, what have you. I use this for everything. I'm going to link this in the description box below. I'm mixing it to get a perfect shade, and then I'm going to apply it with my favorite foundation brush from Real Techniques. Now, by mixing the foundation with the tint, the foundation is going to give you the coverage while the glow tint is going to give you that glow. And if you observe the way I'm applying the foundation, I'm pressing the product in with the brush. I'm not pulling the bristles. I'm almost using the brush like a sponge, but this gives you more coverage than the sponge. I'm doing that because I don't want to drag some of that color corrector that we've used and mix it with the foundation. When you drag your bristles, that's what it does. I'm not going to be applying it on my neck and shoulders till I change into my outfit, but don't forget applying the foundation to your ears as well. Now that we have a nice flat canvas, we have to start adding some dimension to this. I'm going to start with contour. And for that, I'm going to be using Westman Atelier. This is the Face Trace Cream Contour Stick. And I'm using the shade Truffle. When I recreate looks, I'm not trying to look like the celebrity. I'm trying to teach you how to get that makeup look. Face shapes are different, hair textures are different, skin textures are different. So even if I do the same makeup, I might look a little different. And there might be a few things that I might change to suit my face shape. For example, the shadows that naturally fall on my face might be quite different, and that's where I'm going to be contouring my face. Now let's focus on concealing and highlighting, and I'm going to be using concealers for this, two different shades from Milani. For concealing, I'm using the shade 145, which is a true match to my skin tone. And for highlighting, I'm going to go a little bit lighter. I'm going to be using 135. I'm going to start with 145, which is an exact match to my skin tone. I'm going to be using this in areas where some of that uneven skin tone is still peeking through, like my dark circles and patches. If you do not have any dark circles and patches, you can directly go with the lighter shade of concealer because it's not going to mix with those blue undertones and give you that ashy look. And then I'm going to quickly blend it out with my finger, just easy, and it gets done so quick. And then I'm going to be using the lighter shade of concealer in 135 on the high points of my face. That's going to be on the highest points of my cheekbones and my jawline, my chin, my bridge and tip of the nose, as well as my forehead. Highlighting features that have already come forward. Like if you look from the side of your face, you'll see these features that I'm using the lighter shade of concealer on, they protrude out. So by using a highlighter there, it's going to reflect light and it's going to look fantastic, especially if you're going to be attending an event and if there's going to be flash photography there. Highlighting your face looks fantastic. Now I'm going to use a tad bit of translucent powder. This is the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. And I'm going to very lightly set in areas where I might crease, which is mostly under my eyes where I have the fine lines, around my nose as well as mouth. I am not going to be mattifying my entire face because again, we're going for that really fresh, glowy look. Blush, I'm going to be using Love by Rare Beauty. This is going to be my base blush and I'm going to be using a powder blush over this. It sculpted her face beautifully, brought her cheekbones forward, and I personally love a blush more than a contour. Time to lock everything in, so I'm going to be using the Professional Super Setter by Benefit Cosmetics. This is a setting spray and it's going to make your makeup long lasting by locking the entire base. Now for the brows and the eyes, my favorite part. For the brows, it was looking very natural. It wasn't overly filled or anything. It was pushed upwards with a brow gel for sure. So I'm going to be using the Kosas Air Brow. This is a transparent brow gel. I'm just going to use it to brush my brow hair upwards. And then I'm using my favorite brow pencil. This is the Precisely My Brow from Benefit in the shade 4. I'm going to use this only to fill in the sparse areas at the bottom. Again, we want to keep it looking as natural as possible. Using some concealer, this is the Milani in 145. I'm going to clean up underneath the brows, but I'm not going to be using this as a base for my eyeshadows today. I'm going to be using an eyeshadow primer instead because we'll be going with a deeper base to achieve that beautiful smoky eye. So I'm going to start with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer portion. And now for the base, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master Kajal. You can also use a gel liner. It works the same way. I'm going to first tightline with this and then I'm going to apply it on my lid as a base. Now this is where my socket is. I'm going to apply the kajal from my lash line to a little lower than my socket, so we leave a little space to blend everything out. I love this kajal. It's so easy to use. Just apply it and there's no fallout. With a gel liner, you need a brush. With this, you don't even need a brush. And then I'm going to diffuse out the edges with a blending brush. Now you see we've applied it a little lower than the socket. When you blend it out, it goes up to the socket. And because we are diffusing it, you can use any other eyeshadow over this and it's going to blend like a dream. When I first saw this look, I thought she had a black smoky eye and I was so wrong. She has a blue smoky eye. If you carefully observe in some pictures in the video that she posted, it is a blue smoky eye. It's absolutely stunning. So for that, I'm going to be using the Moment palette from Dominique Cosmetics. For that beautiful, stunning, shimmery blue, I'm going to be using Midnight Haze. With my finger, I'm going to apply it directly on the black. You see how stunning that is, and it adheres so beautifully onto that base. And it also looks very intense when you apply it over a deeper base. For transition, I'm going to be using Elevated. I'm going to use it right at my socket, first pressing it with a flat blending brush, and then I'm going to use a rounder blending brush to diffuse it out. Whenever you want to build intensity with your eyeshadows, take very little eyeshadow at a time and keep adding more color as you go and blend. Now, if you add too much eyeshadow at once, blending becomes a nightmare and it'll start looking patchy. And take your time, be patient and keep on blending and it's going to come out beautifully. I'm also going to use that eyeshadow in my lower lash line, smoking it out using a small flat shader brush. Her inner corner looked more intense, so I'm taking a little bit more of that brown eyeshadow and applying it right there in the inner corner and blending it out. To deepen and carve out the outer corner, I'm going to be using some black eyeshadow. This is called Let's Do It by Colourpop. With a flat fluffy brush, I'm going to use it in the outer V to intensify it. And I'm not going to leave the edges really sharp. I'm going to blend it out so it diffuses into that brown eyeshadow. And then with a small angled brush, I'm also going to stamp it very close to my lower lash line. Time to finish up, so I'm going to first curl my lashes with the Sally Hansen curler. And for mascara, I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume Mascara. And for lashes, I wanted something that winged out and doesn't cover my lid space. These are the Tati lashes in TL19. As you can see, it's very wispy when it comes down to the inner corner, and as it goes outward, it is more fluffier and it wings out. So this is perfect for this look. Her inner corner and brow bones were extremely highlighted, so I'm going to be doing the same with the Ofra highlighter in Soho. Here's the finished eye look. How stunning is that blue on that black base? It's so intense and it's so sultry. I'm living for this look, and I love the Moment palette by Dominique Cosmetics. I've used it so many times, and those blues in there are so stunning, and all the eyeshadows are super pigmented. For highlighter, I used the Rare Beauty highlighter in Enlighten to again stick with that really dewy formula. I went with the liquid highlighter, and then I touched it up with Soho by Ofra Cosmetics. And to touch up the blush with a powder blush, I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula Strawberry Jam. There's no more strawberries in it, but we definitely get the jam. It is a beautiful blush. Now for the lips, she had an ombre lip deeper in the borders and a lighter brown to fill in the lips. These are the glowing lipsticks. I'm going to first use Status, which is the deeper shade of brown in the borders. I'm going to use the edge to apply in the lip border. That's when you get really crisp lines. And then I'm going to use a lip brush to lightly shade it. Next, I'm using Indulge Me, which is the lighter shade of brown right in the center, and I'm going to quickly blend it out with the edges. I love how this look turned out. Let's move on to the hair before I reveal the completed look. Her hair looks like wet hair. Basically, I think she has some mousse in it. I'm again taking an easier route. I'm going to actually wet my hair and be back. And to this, I'm going to apply a little bit of coconut oil. This is actually an MCT oil that I used to use when I used to do my keto dieting. I don't do it anymore, so I might as well use it on my hair. I'm not going to apply too much. I'm just going to apply enough so my hair looks wet. All I'm going to do now is gather all my hair and tie a high ponytail. And while I do that, I'm going to just pull some strands in front, just like what she had. Nice thing about this hairstyle is it's a messy bun, so it doesn't have to be very clean looking. It's okay if it looks a little messy and rough. It'll look stylish. Now I'm going to pull some of my hair through the rubber band to make a small bun. And then I'm going to take all that hair from the back and go over that small bun that I just created. And I'm going to pin up that hair to make a messy bun. I'm going to set everything in place using the Garnier Volume Hairspray. I'm going to link all this in the description box right below this video, so do check that out. Quickly changing into my outfit, which is basically a spaghetti top, and I'm going to wear those crystal earrings. And of course, I haven't forgotten my neck and shoulders, so I'm going to apply some foundation there as well. And here is the finished look. I love the way it turned out, and I loved creating it for you. Let me know your thoughts by commenting below, and I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed creating it for you. Thumbs up if you did, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing and let me know what else you'd like to watch by commenting below. And do check out the description box for all the good stuff. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon with a brand new one. Bye guys.